What's going on, everybody? King of Dragons 5000 here, coming at you with another figure review. Today we'll be having a look at the Power Rangers Lightning Collection Hasbro Pulse exclusive Mighty Morphin Metallic Pink Ranger. And so here we have the Metallic Pink Ranger pose and out of the packaging. Before we take a look at the figure, let's run through her accessories. The Pink Ranger does come with two different head sculpts. We do get a helmeted head, which looks really nice. Then we do get an unmasked Catherine head. She also does come with two sets of hands. We do get a set of hands for holding an arrow and her power bow. And then we also do get a right fist and a left style pose hand. She also does come with her power bow, which looks really nice. Then we get two different arrows. We get a regular arrow, and then we do get an effect blasting arrow. She does come with the blade blaster in its blaster form, which looks decent. I do like the color scheme on it. And then finally she does come with a Zeo crystal. Other than that, the Pink Ranger doesn't come with anything else, so with that out of the way, let's have a closer look at the Metallic Pink Ranger. And so here we have the Metallic Pink Ranger, and I'm going to say this, you guys, really interesting design choices that they went with for the Metallic Ranger. Now, as far as the figure goes, it's the exact same figure that we got with the initial Pink Ranger. There's absolutely no difference in the mold. It's the exact same figure. Paint is going to vary from figure to figure always, but yeah, for the most part, it's the exact same Pink Ranger. So if you guys are wondering, the mold is absolutely 100% the same, although they do change up some things. On the original Pink Ranger, the helmet was cast in white. However, because the pink is quote-unquote metallic, they went ahead and cast the head in the metallic translucent pearlized pink, and then painted the pearlized white on it, which does look nice. I'm surprised it looks as good as it does, but then again, most of the pearlized white on this figure is actually painted on, so that does help the colors match better than what you would initially get if it was cast in this and then painted over. It's really obvious which is the molded pearlized white and which is the painted pearlized white, because this has a more of a silver tone. This you can obviously see a pearlized look to it, which does bring up some problems when you look at the figure itself, and every single Ranger with the exception of the White Ranger has this issue. We have silver gloves right here for their arms, and then we have the pearlized white for the hands. Every single Power Ranger has this, which is unfortunate. I don't even know how they could have done. The new Ranger mold does circumvent this with the female figures, because they could have cast her glove in the pearlized plastic, but yeah, it's very obvious that the pearlized hands right here don't match the silver gloves. Now, that also does carry over to her belt, where you can see she does have a very good pterodactyl sculpted on. I do like the Morphin on this one. And then, just like with her gloves, her belt is painted in this silver color, so it does match, for the most part, all the white with the exception of a couple parts. I do like the skirt, and again, this is just basically your Pink Ranger done in a pearlized translucent pink plastic with glitters thrown in there. Then we go on to her boots, where this also causes a discrepancy, where we have pearlized boots all the way down to her feet. So yeah, it's just one of those things that it was in a lose-lose situation the way they did it. They should have just done metallic paint instead of the pearlized plastic, to be quite honest. It's still a nice looking figure, don't get me wrong, but it does bring up some issues that the other figures don't really have, that is exclusive to the Metallic Rangers. So that's the Metallic Pink Ranger. Nothing too spectacular about her, so we're going to move on to comparisons. Here we have the Metallic Pink Ranger posed next to a Marvel Legends Cyclops and a DC Multiverse Superman. Here we have the Metallic Pink Ranger posed next to a WWE Elite Scale figure and a Mezco 112 Collective Popeye the Sailor Man. Here we have the Metallic Pink Ranger posed next to a Lightning Collection White Ranger and a Star Wars Black Series Mandalorian. And for one final comparison, here we do have the Metallic Pink Ranger posed next to the original Lightning Collection Pink Ranger and the Power Rangers Legacy Metallic Pink Ranger. So with the comparisons out of the way, let's have a look at her articulation. Now, she does have the older style articulation for the Power Ranger figures. She does have a ball hinge here at the neck, which does let her look up, and it does let her look down. Now, unfortunately, we get very little head tilt, but it does turn left and right, no problem. We do have a butterfly joint which does move forward and back. Arms do go out to the side, they go all the way around. We don't have a bicep swivel, we have a single bend at the elbow, giving us a little more than 90 degrees. And then that does rotate. No glove cuff swivel, but she does have a swivel hinge at the wrist. Now, all but one of her hands has a horizontal hinge. Her hand here is the only one that has a vertical hinge, so do keep that in mind. She has a ball joint here in the torso, which does move side to side, forward and back, and that's responsible for a rotation. Then she does have an reverse ab crunch, which does lean back to about that far. Leans forward only to about that far, so she really doesn't get too much range out of that, unfortunately. Then she does have hip joints that do kick forward to about right there. They do kick back to about right there. Out to the side, she does get some pretty good kicks. Not the best, but it's still acceptable. She does rotate at the thigh. We do get double bend here at the knee, going pretty high up. Then we have rotation at the boot. A hinge in the foot going back, really heavy detents on her, going forward, and then forward facing pin for rocker ankle. So overall, that's the articulation on the metallic Pink Ranger. So with that out of the way, guys, let's get her posed for my final thoughts, and then we'll wrap up this review. And so here we have the Power Rangers Lightning Collection Metallic Pink Ranger pose for my final thoughts, and overall I really do like the way this figure came out. Don't get me wrong, I do understand that this is a gimmick figure, that it's aimed more for the collectors of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, and it's just another repaint of a figure we've gotten before. I do like the inclusion of the Catherine head instead of going with Kimberly. They opted to go for the Season 2 Rangers for these release, so that is a really smart decision by Hasbro. It makes hardcore collectors want to pick these figures up just to have the Season 2 Rangers, so I do understand why they did it. I'm not a fan of the way they stylized this figure though. I think Bandai did a much better job with their metallic Rangers. This one, it's done in a more translucent pearlized plastic, where that one that Bandai did was more of a pearlized translucent. I know it's kind of strange, but this one's more translucent than pearlized. And it kind of does show, because you can see a lot of the inner workings of this figure, which kind of throws off the look. I am happy with it that I do have this as well as the other ones, but I would have preferred a more metallic feel to the figures. This gives off a pearlized look, and it does throw off the look of the gloves, especially because we have silver for the cuff part, pearlized for the hand. Now, I do like the fact that we get Season 2 Rangers, but Hasbro already pretty much shown their hand that we're going to get Season 2 Rangers with the new mold, which I'm honestly a little iffy about, seeing as how their first go at the new mold was kind of trash. I'm not really looking forward to those Rangers, but this is a really good way to get a Season 2 Pink Ranger, even though she did come in a 2-pack with the Zeo Pink Ranger and the Mighty Morphin Pink Ranger, and they were both Catherine. This is still a really nice figure to have if you're a fan of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. It's not for everybody, seeing as how it is in a niche of its own and was only seen for like one episode, so yeah. I do like the accessories, and I love the inclusion of the power crystals that these Rangers get. So yeah, it's still a fun figure. If you are looking for this figure, she is exclusive to Hasbro Pulse. Excuse me, not Bandai. Hasbro Pulse is the only way you can get the metallic Rangers. And if you're a hardcore fan of Mighty Morphin, I can honestly see people picking these figures up, especially if you're a fan of the Season 2 Rangers. With that being said, guys, I'm KingofDragons 5000. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel. Go ahead and check out all my other action figure reviews, as well as all my other Power Ranger Lightning Collection videos. Hopefully you find them informative. As always, if there's a figure you would like to see me review, let me know down in the comments, and if it fits in my collection, I'll gladly have a look at it. While you're at it, check out my Instagram account for new and exciting action figure photos, and as always, ring that bell to be notified anytime I upload a video. Until next time, guys, I'll see you later. Take care, everyone.